And the day has begun. Climbing up from Unicoi Gap. Got some mountains coming, and across Dix Creek Gap, about 15 or 16 miles, and then less than 10 after that for North Carolina border. Don't know if I'll go that far today, but probably in the 20 range, probably a little bit past Dix Creek Gap. So I'll get over a couple mountain summits here today. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day. I think it's going to be cloudy, but up near, depending on the elevation, anywhere from 45 to 60. So it's going to be a pretty nice day today, but cold again tonight, but that's okay. So the day is starting. Time to conquer. Let's do it. So as I was telling you on the video yesterday to end it, I ended up staying with the Green Dragon Hostel. Bill and Donna are the owners slash host and hostess. They do a great job. They just opened up last August, so if you're planning a Thru-Hike or going to be in the Hiawassee area climbing anything, definitely consider them. Nice comfortable bunk, 2 hot showers and bathrooms, and they feed you at night and in the morning. Can't complain about that. Great stay, great people. Love the hiker community and being a part of it. So very happy with my stay there. Got me back out here early in the morning to do this climb right off the bat. I love doing the climb right in the morning. Getting that sweat going, getting that blood flowing. I think it's just a quick 1,000 up here to the first mountain, and another 1,000 or so to the second mountain, all straight up. So looking forward to a big day of elevation and miles and conquering the day. Looks like it's going to be beautiful. Sunrise over there in those mountains. Not as colorful as it has been the last couple days, but more cloud cover today, so it might be more sunny. More cloudy today than sunny, but it's okay, we'll take it. No precipitation as of right now for the next 5 days, so gonna take advantage of this, get some big miles in. Let's do it. Nice 1,100 foot climb in about 1.25 miles. And I'm standing on the summit of Rocky Mountain. And no, I did not make a wrong turn and end up in Colorado. It's Rocky Mountain in Georgia, just a little bit shy of 4,000 feet. Socked in with trees on one side. But then you get this beautiful view on this side. Oh yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And Rocky Mountain is in the bag. after climbing Rocky Mountain, the descent was, you'll never guess, kind of rocky. Got down to Indian Grave Gap, I believe it is. I might be saying that wrong. But climbing back up again now. We'll be at Tray Mountain in a couple miles at the summit. Tray Mountain is the 7th highest in Georgia. And I also wanted to correct myself a couple weeks ago, or a couple weeks, wow, hasn't been that long. A couple days ago when I climbed Brasstown Bald, the highest summit in Georgia, I had said that I had done Blood Mountain earlier that day, being the number 2 highest in Georgia, and Brasstown Bald was first. Want to correct myself because I was wrong. I don't know how I got that in my head, or where I heard that, or where I'd seen that, or if I just got it twisted in my head. Brasstown Bald is the highest summit in Georgia, and that's all that matters for that day, because I like to touch the top summit of every state, along with the Thru-Hiking. I'm a mountain summiter and a Thru-Hiker, and so I like to do that when I come close to one. But Blood Mountain is actually the 6th highest in Georgia. They're all within a couple hundred feet of each other. But yeah, it's number 6, not number 2. And Tray Mountain, that I'm getting ready to summit here soon, that is number 7 in the state, right behind Blood. Again, all within a couple hundred feet of each other in elevation. So temperatures kind of fluctuated so far today. Very mild when I started at Unicoi Gap. Windy and kind of bitter up top. Didn't help that I was a little sweaty. And Tray Mountain, I'm sure, will be the same, because that's even higher. That's about 4,400. And of course, some open areas there. So should be windy and cold up there too. But then I'll be going down a little bit and getting more mild again. Again, even up high, it's supposed to be like 45, 50, today. And down a little lower in elevation, about 55. So the reason I'm stopping here is I want to show you this. I love those views. Been a lot of that in the last mile or so stretch. All right, let's carry on. Nope, no bears in there. I was kind of hoping I'd see a bear sleeping in there. I mean, I say kind of because I kind of was hoping there wouldn't be a bear in there too. I don't want to startle a bear awake in a pipe like that. But this time of year, they could be hiding anywhere, doing some hibernation or some half hibernation, whatever you want to call it here in the South. Or they could be roaming around. I'm kind of hoping I see them roaming around, as long as they're not too hungry and looking for my peanut butter. I'll fight them for my peanut butter. I think I would lose. I think we all know that. Ah, man, I'm loving these. These are rhododendrons, not mountain laurel. There's been a lot of mountain laurel, but these are rhododendrons. And I learned this just last year. I didn't know the difference. But the bigger leaves are rhododendrons, the smaller leaves are mountain laurel. The trees themselves kind of look similar to me. But as I've said many times on this channel, I'm not a botanist. I'm a climber. I'm a hiker. I'm not a botanist. So I'll learn things here and there, but my head retaining those things doesn't necessarily work out good all the time. But it sure is beautiful, whatever the heck it is. Right there is Tray Mountain that I'm climbing right now. And I believe that's the other side that I come down on. Maybe not though, not sure completely. It could be on the other side of that and go in the other direction, so I don't really know. But that's one of the sides of Tray Mountain. Still looks like it's a long way away, but it's really not. It's only about 300 feet of elevation, so I'm going to be there in no time. About 4,000 feet up, getting bitter again. Nice little cliff here, and continuing on. Birds are singing everywhere this morning. Looks like that sun's coming out again. Skies are clearing up. It's supposed to be cloudy today. Maybe it won't be. Or maybe it's short-lived. All I know is this is some epic days I'm getting to start with. No rain, no fog. If it did rain during the night up here, I don't know. The ground isn't really wet. A couple spots it has been, but not too bad. So it must not have been much. Seen some sprinkles down below where I was in hostel, but that's about it. I mean, I don't know what happened when I was asleep, obviously. But usually they say, no pain, no rain, no Maine. I don't know. So far, it's no fun, no sun, no kadadun. Standing on the summit of Tray Mountain, 4,400 feet in the air. Beautiful sunshine coming through. A little bit windy, but not too bad. Still chilly, that's the reason my hood is on. Little outcropping here for some great views off to here, this direction. Which I don't know which direction that is right now. Have to look at a map to know that. Wasn't too bad of a climb at all. Not too steep, nice and gradual. Got the blood flowing and the sweat pouring though. Beautiful views up here on Tray Mountain. And Tray Mountain is in the bag. Nice flowing spring, about 1/3 of a mile downhill from the trail. That hill right there. I'm going to sit here and filter some water and eat a snack. Probably some peanut butter cookies, grandma's cookies, some combos, maybe some cheese, I don't know. Lots of nice places here to sit though. And take a load off for about 10 minutes or so. Get some water in, head on up that hill and get back on trail. On to the next mountain. That was a lot of work for a snack and some water. I measured it on the way up. About 200 feet of elevation in that 0.3 miles. So pretty steep. About 700 or so. 700 feet per mile. Pretty good grade. But the funny part is, while I was down there, I couldn't get anything to go right. I wish I could have caught some of it on camera for you, because then you could see that fortune isn't always coordinated. You had to kind of go down. Everything was slanted down there except the rock. That's why I sat on the rock to eat and drink. But to get the water, I had to go down to the slant, which was real muddy. And as I'm standing there filling up the bottles, my foot slips, goes right into a big puddle. So it got completely soaked. Like my first time being soaked out here on the trail. It was a completely sunny, dry day. That's funny. But then I go back to the rock and I'm pumping, squeezing the Sawyer squeeze into the bottle. And all of a sudden, the little baggie I use just pops right out of my hand. I don't even know how it happened. Slides out of my hand. And I just watch it go, bloop, bloop, bloop. about 30 feet down. I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go get that. Had my shoe off at this point, trying to dry out as much as I could for the 10 minutes I was there. The rest of it will dry out as I'm walking. It's gonna be warm enough today. But I have other socks if I need to. I just want to get my shoes dried. And then after that, the Sawyer squeeze pops out of the other hand as I'm putting my bottle back in the backpack. I go down this ravine, or not, I don't know if ravine's the right word, kind of slanted, muddy area, and to get this bag that slid down there. And as I'm going, I'm holding on to the log that's there, kind of for support, and it's rotten, and it snaps, and I go sliding all the way down on my butt. All I could do at this point was just laugh. Like, okay, that was 3 things right in a row of mishap, of misfortune, if you will. But I survived. I didn't get injured, just got a little dirty. So no pain, no gain, no main, maybe no dirt, because I got some dirt too. That was kind of funny though. It made me laugh, kind of broke up the monotony of the day, laughing at myself being an idiot on the way down the mudslide. About 9 miles and 3,000 feet of elevation in for the day. About halfway on both. A little less than half possibly on the miles, as I'm probably will go over a little over 20 today. Elevation's right there though, because it could be about 6,000 feet of elevation by the end. So right there at half. About 11:30 right now in the morning. Already had my first big snack / meal, whatever you want to call it. I'll have others throughout the day, but I'll probably be the only one I sit down and eat a little bit until the end of the day. Feeling good, feeling strong. It's a beautiful day. Probably about 50, 55 right now. Getting warm to the point of about ready to take this base layer off and just have the t-shirt on. But feeling great. I mean, can't ask for anything more than this. Beautiful sunshine, beautiful mountains in the forest. Woo! These mountains here way in the background between the trees. Not these right here, but those up there. I am pretty sure from looking at the map and just knowing the distance that those are the first good views of North Carolina. Getting closer with each step. Yeah. Kelly's Knob says hi. The next summit, about a mile to go. 800 feet in that mile, straight up. The The video does not do justice of what that looks like. It looks like I'm going to climb right up a wall. I'm not, because it's only 800 feet in a mile, but that's still pretty steep and going to be a nice little workout. So let's get it going and get to the summit. I just passed about a half a mile back. Lady by the name of Stephanie, who's section hiking, having a seat on a log and taking a break going up Kelly's Knob. She had the right idea. I should have probably found a log and had to sit down too. Whew, Kelly's Knob just slapped me around. That was a toughie. At least this time of day it is. Already had a long day and sun blaring in your face. 800 feet up a mile. Tough one. But nonetheless, I'm standing on the summit of Kelly's Knob. It's about the only views right there that we're going to get. The rest is socked in with trees. But Kelly's Knob is in the bag. Standing on the summit of Powell Mountain. Beautiful views in one direction on this vista. And here they are. Yeah, baby. Dang diggity dong ding dang. Powell Mountain is in the bag. Look at all these trees, all standing tall and parallel. Hundreds of them. Looks really cool.